Welcome back to Jetta time, where today we're gonna do some USB ports. So what we're gonna do is that we're going to put some USB ports into these two spots right here. The first thing you're gonna want to do is that you're gonna open your hood, find the latch on top of the VW logo, press it up, and just push this to reveal your 5-cylinder, your 4-cylinder, your TDI, anything. So we got the battery here. Want to pull these two tabs back here and here. Use this right here to push it up. Make sure this clears the firewall, and take your battery cover off. Let's lay it down right here. Next, take a ratchet of your choice. I have this one right here, and we're just gonna find out how to disconnect this negative lead. The closest thing I could find is this 7/16 bit for your ratchet. You're gonna take your negative right here and just start untightening it. So the negative thing won't come out, so when in doubt, take the WD-40 out. So use some pliers. You're able to get this negative terminal off. So now I can go to the inside of the car. So we're in the interior, and what you want to do is find your shifter right here, put the clutch in, and put it to the rearmost position. So that would be 4th gear on the manual. Once you have your shift boot in this position, you want to just gently pry on this corner right here and this corner right here until a shift boot comes out. Now, if you're like me and bought a car that is 15 years old, the Mk5 Jetta, you'll see that's going to be a little bit dirty under here. Side note, the previous owner wasn't exactly filthy, but he did have a dog. That doesn't really explain how there's so much filth in the gear selector though. Was the dog driving the car? Now that you have it somewhat clean, what you want to do is get your conveniently placed screwdriver and equip a Torx T20 bit. Gonna take this right here and just start unscrewing it. This right here. Just like this. Put this in a safe place. For example, I'm gonna put mine on the seat right here so I don't lose it. And just do the same with the other bolt. And take off this under tray right here. Now you should see a bunch of wires, and what you want to do is find which buttons you want to turn to USB. So for example, I want to turn these two into USB, so I'm just going to pop this one out. Now you have your tray open. We're going to intercept power from this 12-volt socket right here, which is usually your cigarette lighter. Gently remove the packaging and throw it somewhere because you don't actually need it. These right here will be where USBs are. As you can see, they match our center console buttons. Press down on this harness right here. There should be a little bit of tab right here where your USB is, and do the same thing with the USB. Take your USB of your choice. So my type C is gonna go right on the rightest side, and take my USB type A. Now we need to wire things up. So using the same harness type thing we did last time, you need to disconnect the cigarette lighter over here. Take this end of the harness, or it looks like sort of that cigarette lighter right there, and snap the harnesses together. Take this end and put it to where your cigarette lighter was, so that you don't lose your cigarette lighter, and bring out your USB ends. So these two will be your USB powers, so they'll be the exact same harness. Close it like you would a typical hood, and finally you can put your screws back. So take your screws that you put from your safe place before, tighten them back on. Don't torque them on too hard, just enough that you feel that the plastic won't move from that area because it is plastic. You don't want to damage the plastic. So once you have that, do the same with the other screw. Find your battery from before. Put your battery back on. Get your tools and just tighten this screw where it needs to be. And with that, the install is complete. Put your battery cover back where you need it to be. And hopefully, if you and me did everything right, the car should start up, first of all, because of battery, and the USB ports should be powered. Once you start up, you should... Apart from using the wrong measurement for the ratchet, I'd say this install is pretty easy. Subscribe if y'all want to see more.